Only in Kentucky could one small county be overrun by masked vigilantes, have a local legend claim that ghost children push your car uphill, and spawn a homemade doll that inspired the Cabbage Patch Kids craze in the 80s. Hi, I'm Michael. I want to teach you a little bit more about Kentucky. One county at a time. All 120 of them. And today we're talking about Caldwell County. Western Kentucky's Caldwell County was formed in 1809. It's named for John Caldwell, a Revolutionary War veteran who became Kentucky's second lieutenant governor. Caldwell also fought in George Rogers Clark's 1786 campaign and was the first person from Western Kentucky elected to the state senate. The county seat is Princeton. Back in the late 1790s, this spot was just a frontier crossroads called Eddy Grove, named for a whirling spring at the head of Eddy Creek. In 1799, a Virginian named William Prince built a brick tavern here and called his estate Shandy Hall. And when Caldwell County formed, Prince offered 40 acres to establish a new town if the county seat would move there. The county agreed, and they named the new town Princetown, later shortened to Princeton. Today, Princeton has about 6,000 people, and Fredonia is the county's only other incorporated town. The rest is mostly farmland and small communities like Farmersville and Cobb. Agriculture shaped Caldwell County from the start, especially dark-fired tobacco. By 1860, Caldwell ranked 6th in the state for tobacco production, thanks to the rich soil and easy river access that the county has. One early local with a notorious reputation was James Ford. He grew up near Princeton and became a respected businessman and magistrate, but secretly led a private life. He led a river piracy gang on the Ohio River. His Ford's Ferry gang robbed flatboats under cover of darkness while maintaining a respectable public image. Ford's double life ended violently in 1833, but obviously his story still kind of lingers. In the 1830s, Caldwell saw a tragic moment in the U.S. history. Hundreds of Cherokee people passed through Caldwell County on the Trail of Tears in 1838, camping for weeks, what's now downtown Princeton and Fredonia. A marker at Big Springs honors their forced journey west. When the Civil War came, Caldwell leaned Confederate. Local troops joined the South, and Princeton saw both Union and Confederate occupation. In December of 1864, Confederate Cavalry General Lyon rode through and burned down the courthouse being used as a Union garrison. The flames wiped out entire county records. After the war, the railroad brought new life. By the 1880s, Princeton was a junction for both the Illinois Central and the Louisville and Nashville lines. The town boomed with railroad jobs and freight business. Steam engines, a roundhouse, and a busy rail yard made Princeton a small but important hub. Then came the Black Batch Tobacco Wars. Around 1904, local farmers banded together as the Planters Protective Association to fight the American Tobacco Company monopoly that was crushing prices. When diplomacy failed, they turned to force. A secret vigilante group called the Night Riders, led by Dr. David Amos of Cobb, rode out under cover of night to punish those who sold to Duke's monopoly. Their biggest strike happened in Princeton in 1906 when hundreds of masked riders took over the town, captured the police, cut the telegraph lines, and burned every tobacco warehouse in town. The fires lit up the sky, and for 2 years, similar raids spread across western Kentucky until the militia cracked down and the monopoly was broken. The story is wild enough that Princeton still celebrates it every September at the Black Patch Festival with music, food, and tobacco history. By 1925, the University of Kentucky built its Research and Education Center there in one of its first regional agriculture stations. The facility still tests crops and soils for western Kentucky farmers. Caldwell also built up a small industrial base. The big one today is a cookie and cracker plant run by Bremner Food Group. It's the largest private bakery of its kind in North America. That factory, along with a few others, helped Princeton move beyond just tobacco. Caldwell County has produced some memorable people. Mabel Stark grew up in Princeton and became one of the world's first female tiger trainers with the Ringling Brothers. Another Princeton native, Martha Nelson Thomas, created handmade soft sculpture doll babies that later inspired, some people say they were just completely copied, as the Cabbage Patch Kids phenomenon. And one more recently, golfer Emma Talley, raised in Caldwell, won both the U.S. Women's Amateur and NCAA championships before joining the LPGA Tour. One of Princeton's most unique landmarks is the Adsmore Museum. It's a restored 1850s mansion that operates as a living history home. The rooms change seasonally to reflect moments from the early 1900s, like Christmases or weddings from that era. It's a complete time capsule that gives a glimpse into Kentucky family life from more than a century ago. And then there's the legend of Gravity Hill. Just outside Princeton, there's a slope where if you put your car in neutral, it seems to roll uphill on its own. Locals say it's the ghosts of children pushing your car to safety after a long-ago tragedy. Others say it's an optical illusion. Either way, I'm guessing it's the kind of place that newly licensed teen drivers love to visit, especially at night. Today, about 12,500 people called Caldwell County home. It stayed dry until 2013 when residents finally voted to allow alcohol sales. Farming still matters, but the economy now mixes agriculture with the manufacturing and service jobs. So that's Caldwell County. What'd I get wrong this time?